Angie. Hey, Angie, thanks for coming in. It's Ernest T. Hey, Leslie. How you feeling now, Leslie? I know you said you were getting better. How's it going this evening? Everybody's doing really good today. Okay, that's good, Leslie. I appreciate it. Hey, right quick, how's the new phone looking, picture wise and everything? Signal. Hey, James. Hey, thanks for coming in, James. Leslie said, looks great so far, so good. Hey, Larry. Hey, buddy. You at Larry? You at work or at home? Yeah, James. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a hot chocolate here in a little bit. I'll let a few more get in here, and then we'll go for a drive because I want to see how the signal, if the signal's any different with this phone, as far as if it buffers or anything like that in these places that my other one did. I'm just wondering if the 5G's gonna live up to its hype or not. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Highway 55. I mean, I'm sure they ought to still have the hot chocolate. If they don't, then I'll go to my other spot that I go to. Larry says he's at home with the old Corona. Yeah, okay. Well, I knew all y'all were sick, but I didn't know if you was back at work yet or what, because I knew Leslie said she was getting it, but she's better today than what she was yesterday. I'm, I'll be glad when all y'all get better. Let's see, Spaceman. Hey, Spaceman. No, I'm not eating any chicken tonight, Spaceman. I've already ate, but I'm gonna go for a hot chocolate run. And thanks for coming in, Spaceman. Ed, hey Ed. Hey Jeff and Tootsie camping. Signal's coming in good here. Jeff got a real good picture. Everything looks good. Houston, we have no problems. Yeah, so far so good, no problems. Of course, what is it with a live show of mine that at least we don't have one fiasco or something, but I'm not asking for it though either. Spaceman says, Larry, speedy recovery. It still affects me 2 years later. Good Lord, Spaceman. Bless your heart. I've heard about that through the news there where they're calling it what is it they're calling it, Spaceman? The prolonged COVID or whatever it's long COVID, I think is how they're saying it, something like that. Uh, Thanks, James. Leslie was saying too that it was coming in good. Larry's thanking Spaceman. Amanda, hey Amanda, how's Amanda doing tonight? Thanks for coming in. Also, Angie says your picture looks like you're filming in 4K. Well, I was because I knew it had a better camera on it, so I knew that. But still, though, signal wise, though, uh, I didn't know if the camera would change any as far as on that part. But I did know I had a better camera. I mean, it definitely looks good on my end. I mean, it's like it's got more clear picture. You know, the crispness is better. Of course, that screen I had uh, on the other one, where I just wore it out. I mean, it's in an OtterBox, but I wore that darn screen out, fingerprints and whatever else. So I know that makes a lot of difference. Uh, Lady says, I just have to be able to taste something, anything. I just love to be able to taste. Oh, Lord, you lost your taste, Leslie. See, I had never experienced that part, losing my smell or taste. Well, no, I take that back. I have lost my smell before because when you can't breathe, when you have the crud head cold type mess, I usually don't smell nothing. But I've never lost my taste. Yeah, long haulers. That's it. Thank you, Spaceman. Amanda says, I'm cold in St. Pete's Beach, but I'll take it over the heat. Yeah, well, I like the heat better than I do the cold. I can handle 100 degree a lot better than I can 32 and under. And this past weekend was just brutal. But I get you though, because I know you're down there in Florida and you're more in heat longer than what we are here. So I know it'd probably get old after a while. James says, don't forget Tootsie's Pup Cup. Oh, I mean, if they offer it, James, I'll ask them if I remember too. Larry says, it's so clear I can almost smell that Chick-fil-A chicken. Lord have mercy. Hey, don't be talking that, Larry, because then your wife's going to get mad because she can't taste nothing. Wait a minute. I've got more people come in here now. TME TV. Hey, guys. I'd say this is just Teresa. I appreciate that, Teresa. I was going to see how this phone was going to do. I don't know if when I go start driving here in a little bit, I don't know if it'll do its thing like the other one did, but we'll find out together, because I hadn't tried this. I couldn't test this out, not without going live. Let's see. Spaceman says, Larry, does your state allow? I'm not sure what he's talking about there, that word. I can't pronounce it. Ivermectin through a compounding pharmacy, but he's asking Larry. Angie, I ain't trying to put somebody in timeout. Angie's saying, hey to Tommy and Teresa. Leslie says, yep, can't taste or smell nothing. I even tried some liquor, and it was like I was drinking water. Leslie. Amanda says, if you get hot chocolate, send me an emoji. I can drink. Yeah, I can't send any emojis right now on, well, I don't have my other phone with me, number one. But I don't think I can't, like, text to y'all on here. Hey, Virginia. Hey, thanks for coming in. Fred and Connie. Hey. You guys are on vacation. You didn't have to come in. How's the great Pigeon Forge and G-Berg? How is it there? Spaceman says ivermectin works well, but it pre-T took. But what pre-T took when he had it? Okay. I'll let y'all about that. Yeah, James says hot chocolate. Yeah, I about got the normal crowd in here. I don't know if Dennis and Teresa will be in because they're out of town and at a family thing. Larry says we're on an antiviral pill. Okay. Oh, I said it correct. I appreciate that, Teresa. Joshy and Stacy. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Amanda says hot chocolate. Timmy says hello to everybody in chat. Amanda says it doesn't have a hot chocolate, but it gives me a chocolate bar. There you go, Amanda. Spaceman's talking to Larry. Timmy's had to put her glasses on, but we knew you meant in chat, Teresa. And Larry's saying hey to Teresa, and James says he's eating tacos. Spaceman saying hey. Live from Mountain Folk says they're froze. And I know it was cold over there. I saw on the Facebook where the campground was covered in snow this morning. They'd put a video up on it. Leslie says, Spaceman, I think it's hurting mine too, but I only have one more day, so I'm toughing. She's talking about toughing it out. She's sticking it out. And then Spaceman wants to know, Fred, if you want to tell him how long you're going to be in Pigeon Forge. And then Fred saying hey to the neighbors up there, Josh and Stacy. Gary, hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in. All right, I'm caught up with you guys. What was it I was going to tell? I mean, I know I'm going through the drive-through, but yeah, it was nice to see Josh and Stacy live today. Oh, I was so glad. My phone didn't ding, but I happened to look at my phone, and it said Josh and Stacy live. I was like, oh hell! So I got on the computer right quick, and I always enjoy when they go live because that's a good show. Joshy saying hey to Fred, and Angie saying hey to Joshy and Stacy. Amanda says I think whiskey might kill COVID virus, at least a little. Yeah, I mean these people do that whiskey and white lightning and moonshine. I mean I know all that's the two of them's the same, but they'll do that, and that's their darn cure. I've never tried it to see if it's my cure. Joshy saying hey to Angie. John Esper, hey buddy. Hey Jeff and Tootsie, hit those thumbs up. Good old John. Fred says a few more days, Spaceman. So he'll be up there for a few more days. Leslie says it was so good to hear Stacy's beautiful laugh again. Yes, it was, Leslie. And hearing Joshy and the kids. I mean, heck. Hey, Joshy, you know me. You're welcome, brother. Anytime. I mean, shoot. I enjoy every second, minute that I'm either chatting with you or in person with you. I mean, because we've always had a good time. James says we're still going to try the Monster Burger at Dario one day. Yeah, whenever I get around to it, James, I'll try it. I'll have to make sure I have me a good enough appetite too. Don't want to put somebody in timeout. Fred says, hey Leslie, how are you feeling today? John says, darn, I missed Josh and Stacy's live. When was this? John, it was earlier today. Josh, if you want to answer that, 3 o'clock, somewhere around in there. But I'll let Joshy answer it if he wants to. But it's around that time, John. Larry says it was so good to look at Joshy again. Yeah, see, and I got on there late, so I didn't get to see them, as far as their face, because they showing the highway, which is fine, because I like watching that too, driving up the road. Leslie says I'm feeling a whole lot better, Fred. Larry says it was like the that jump. It was like the prodigal son had come home when Joshy and Stacy went live. I rejoiced. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce that one word, so if I butchered it, I'm sorry, Larry. William. Hey, William. Thanks for coming in. And then Joshy's laughing at Larry. Hey, but we're all speaking the truth, though, Joshy. Good Lord. My eyes lit up when I saw my phone said you were live. And then you had that title that you had. I was like, good Lord. I'm like, bless his heart. Ain't nobody even probably thought nothing of that. I mean, I know I didn't, because I was happy to see you back on. And I know everybody in here probably agree with that with me. Because everybody that's in here was on your show. Well, I mean, except for John, and that's just because he didn't get the notification. And then he says right here, I was, let me make sure, there's William, and yeah, okay, yeah. Joshy says, I'm not sure what time we were live. Yeah, I think it was around 3, Josh, if I remember right. John Esper says, 2:33, something like that. I was sitting in traffic on I-75 just south of Cincinnati, almost wanting to go to Buc-ee's, but I never made it. There was a 10-mile backup. Holy moly. And I know where you're talking about too, John. Yeah, that's crazy. Jimmy. Hey, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Larry says, I didn't call him a liar once. I didn't either. And Now, Leslie, she might have called him more than a couple times. No, I'm just picking. Of course, everybody in here knows how we are to each other. We pick around. Look, see, Josh even said, Leslie called me bad names. William says, Joshy, my drone hit a tree this evening. I got to adjust my settings. Oh, no. Oh, I hate that because them drones they're not cheap. William, did it hurt it real bad? Undoubtedly, it must not have, though, because you said you're going to adjust your settings, but still, I know that. I had one of them helicopters and flew one right into the tree. Got it hung up. Ended up having to, just so happened, and I'll tell this right quick. I had a buddy. Well, matter of fact, it's the dude that cuts my yard for me. Well, his hired help cuts it now. But anyhow, at the time, he was just getting started. Well, they was building a building down below my house. And he was in good with who was doing it. And they had one of them boom trucks. But it wasn't like a pickup truck boom. It was one of them big old four-wheel thingy that had a boom on it, boom lift. And they drove that thing up there to my house and raised that sucker in the air. Me up there, treetop, fishing that thing out of a tree. Good Lord, we was up there in the sky. Let me get caught back up with y'all. There's where, get back here to where Jimmy came in, because I know, boy, I'm way behind, but okay, there's where Jimmy came in, and Leslie called me bad names, and then, okay, Dry Creek, hey, Rob and Denise. Hey, guys, thanks for coming in. Jimmy saying, hey, Leslie, telling Joshy, don't tell secrets. And Jimmy saying, hey, Joshy, says, attaboy, William. And then Jimmy saying hey. I'll get caught up with y'all real quick because everybody's saying hey to each other. So, I mean, the ones I'm skipping over is because y'all are talking to each other. That way I stay caught up with you guys a little easier. Leslie says, I did. I love that. I love that he lied. My liar name calling was a compliment. Yeah, exactly. It was reverse psychology, Leslie. John says, I sat in traffic for half an hour just before the 71/75 split. Good Lord. That's the only thing, I don't mind traffic, but I hate sitting in traffic. Everybody saying, hey, Joshy says, if you don't crash your drone, then you aren't doing it right. Yeah, that'd be me if I ever get one. I mean, I've crashed one of them helicopters, like I was telling you. So if I ever get a drone, I'm sure I'll crash it too. Leslie says, it's okay, Josh, you've called me worse. Good evening to everybody in chat. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Yeah, I had a pretty good Christmas. I know what I was going to tell a minute ago. Right quick, I don't have that darn sign with me, Joshy, or any of y'all that were in his chat today. I got a camping sign for Christmas. Matter of fact, it came from Pigeon Forge. Came from the Knife Work store. But it's pretty good. It fits me to a T as far as what it's got wrote on it. Maybe I'll do a video or something on it, or just try to show you the next time I come live. But let me get caught back up with you because that all jumped. Okay, Dry Creek says, just sing that, Fred. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. We have to get the Christmas decor out and restock it, so it was sparse looking, I'm sure. So Fred's went to their shopping. Him and Connie's went to their shopping, bought some goodies and stuff. Joshy says, yeah, Leslie, but not to your face, only when I'm talking about you behind your back. William says, no, it's a beginner drone. The battery was low and it was coming home. Got to adjust the height to avoid that again. Gotcha. Eric. Hey, Eric. Eric and Brittany's in the house. Smoky Mountain family. Jimmy says Smoky Mountain family. Hey. That a boy, Luther. Larry. Leslie's laughing at Josh and John saying hey. Fred saying hey. Eric and Brittany saying hey. And, no, I don't, Larry. I don't. And then Joshy says, I'm kidding, Leslie. Angie saying, hey. William saying, right, Josh. It's not for the lack of trying. Oh, awesome. Laughing about how long y'all in. So, Eric's wanting to know how long you're there for, too, Fred. Well, I know you've already told, but I'll let you tell him again. Angie saying, hey. Everybody's saying, hey. Let me get caught up. Eric says, Harvey's in the cod. Fred says, a few more days, Eric. When went to the jelly house today, you got us hooked on it. There you go. There you go. I'll have to try that next time I'm over. I'll probably wait till it gets a little warmer, though. John says, it's still way too crowded for my liking down in Pigeon Forge. I think I'll just wait till the middle of January. That's when... I think that's when I'm going to be back over too, John. It's, well, probably towards the end of January. I was on Coach. How the hell did I not catch that? I watched Coach. That's a good show. I don't know that I've seen every single episode, but I did watch a lot of it. One spin of the wheel. $10,000 for one spin of the wheel. What am I, crazy? Eric says it's like they give you the first one free to get you hooked. And then Fred's agreeing with Eric. Well, I got pretty much everybody in here. Y'all ready for me to go get a hot chocolate? See how this signal holds up and the picture and everything, and y'all guys let me know as I'm going up the road if y'all are ready for a drive-through. Let me know. That bourbon glaze is so good. Yeah, see, I'll have to check that place out. Yeah, and see, and I didn't catch that, Larry. Yeah, I did not catch that, Larry, not one bit. And I'm usually pretty good with that stuff. All right, Angie's saying let's go. But I know you'll know the one spin of the wheel before I quoted that one. All right, so if y'all y'all can talk to each other, but other than that, I know I'll be behind. Right here, right quick, William says, you're going to be disappointed because it ain't Miss Marie's. That's right. Yeah, I know it's not as good, but it's, you know, you can live on it, but it tastes like done. You know, instead of the S word. Come on, people. Keegan said, grab her some Chick-fil-A. Yeah, if I could airmail it to her real quick, I would definitely do that for Keegan. That's for sure. All right, y'all let me know, because I know the other phone, I always lost signal after I make his turn, or buffered, I mean. So let me know how it does. No, I'm not going to get any Krispy Kreme, William. I mean, they got a drive-through too. But I'm not going to, that'd be too much sugar. But yeah, y'all talk amongst yourselves there. Chat amongst yourselves. Because I'm getting ready to turn. And then when I get up here, I'll try to get caught up, see what y'all said as far as signal wise. we're going to a drive-through Toots. Yep. Hey, John, I seen a little bit of that right quick. I got the Maui onion flavor, onion Maui flavor, something like that. As far as the Grippos, I can't think of the whole name, but it's the onion Maui flavored. It's supposed to be kind of the latest flavor that they've put out or something, I guess. Dennis and Teresa sent that to me. They're I mean, they might be in tonight, but I know they're out of town and with family this week. And I mean, I don't blame them. I didn't see this thing buffer any or spin, so I guess I'll find out here in a minute. Try to see what all y'all said. I don't know if they still got hot chocolate or not, but we'll find out. Jeff.
All right, what's the get for you?
I wanted to see if y'all still had the hot chocolate.
You sell hot chocolate? What do you sell hot chocolate? Yes, sir.
Okay, I want to get a large hot chocolate, no whipped cream.
All right, give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, that'll be 127 at the window. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, they still charged me the cheaper price. Because the first time I came when I didn't have you guys with me, just to make sure if they had it, it was $3 and something. This time it ain't but like 127.
127.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, whether if it's going to be another large, because I didn't ask. Oh yeah, and I got to see if they got a pup cup. Get a pup cup for Tootsie. They're back there making it right now, or I'll I see. Yeah, Dry Creek. Yeah, they still have to ask about it. Must be a different crowd each night that works. Probably can't keep the same ones. Who knows? I'm not looking at the chat because I'm trying to catch one of them's attention. See if I can get Tootsie a pup cup. Well, you know what a pup cup is too, don't you? I believe they're having to chase down the brown cow. No, it's not going to be as big as what I was getting, dang it. But that's all right. It's still bigger than what the other crowds is.
There you go, sir.
Y'all still doing the pup cups?
Yes, sir.
I can. Ooh, that's hot. Tootsie's getting a pup cup. And then I'll catch up with you guys. Oh, thank you.
You have a good night.
You too. All right, we'll pull over here. Right quick. That way I can get caught up with you guys. Put this window up. It's cold. Anyhow, flip the. Get the light on here. See, yeah. All right, there's Tootsie's pup cup. What's that? You gonna come get it? You gonna come get it? Watch this. Look. I'll catch up with you guys here in a minute. I'll probably get made fun of watching, letting everybody see a dog eat whipped cream. I don't care. As long as they don't talk bad about her. She's tearing that up too. You got it all over your nose. You gonna have you a white beard and a white nose. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much all gone. Oh, here's my that's my hot chocolate. Of course, it wasn't but $1.27, so I ain't gonna complain. Show everybody your face now. Look up here. Look up here. There you go. There you go. Well, y'all got to see it for a second. All right, it's all gone. Yeah, it's all gone. All right, it's all gone. It's all gone. Look, see, it's clean. She cleaned it. All right, I'm flip this back around. So anyhow, all right, let me get a couple of you guys and see what all I missed. So if y'all want to hold off for a minute. Okay, yeah, I was going because it's not Miss Marie's. That's right. And then Fred and Connie says we're ready, and that's where Keegan wanted me to get her some Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I would, William, but that's too much sugar. I'm not really in the mood for a donut at the moment either. Uh-oh. What we got? Yeah, I'm sure you will, Larry. I'm trying to read all y'all's. I'm trying to speed read. Hey, Jeff, what for? Yeah, and that's where I told. And they're talking to each other. Yeah, Maui onion sounds incredible. I looked at our store and we definitely do not have them. Well, that sucks, Teresa. Well, keep checking because up in Kentucky, I know they got them. Because that's where she got them from. Well, of course, that's where they live. Yeah, and then Larry, Fred and Connie says they don't have any in their area either. And then Teresa says we've been watching old sci-fi movies all day. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. So Tommy's with you too then. So he's off today. Well, that's cool. Lord, here we go with the hot chocolate confusion again. That's why I'm going through these messages. I remember I stopped at the Kroger store in Cincinnati today and I saw those. I should have tried a bag. In that case, Ohio's got them. And then Fred says, Jeff, they love you. Yeah, I'm sure they do. Dry Creek says they still don't know if they sell hot chocolate or not. Yeah, Larry, that was Highway 55. Fred says, now that's what I would be doing if we weren't on vacation, talking about watching movies and stuff. And then they said, TME says they've had the best lazy day ever. John says, maybe you got the senior discount this time. Who knows, John? Who knows? And then Robin, he says, aren't those just the best days? Yeah, there's nothing wrong with sitting around on a day and watching some good movies. Old movies, westerns, comedies, whatever you enjoy. It's not the size that counts, Jeff. It's how good it is that matters. That's right, Leslie. That's right. I hear you. Leslie. Lord have mercy. Fred says none of us had issues with our taste or smell, fortunately. Yeah, I didn't either. I haven't lost I've lost my smell before, but not because of that. It's just where it stopped up or something. But as far as my taste goes, yeah, I've never lost the taste. Not that I can recall or could tell. I've never lost my taste. And then Larry says, thank God you say that, Leslie. Larry, bless your heart. That's the Jeff rate. That's right, Fred. Why you don't have any snow on the ground? I told you, John, there's no snow over here. Yep, didn't snow a lick over here. It hit up against the mountains there and stayed on the Pigeon Forge side. Now it snowed up in my mountains on this side, but it didn't make it down on this side of the mountains. It's cold though. Yeah, it's 29 degrees right now, Amanda. James says, is that a Sitco across the street? It is. It sure is. Amanda says, be careful on the road between Saturday and Monday. And then Amanda says, I'd go to Dollywood. And William says, Highway 55 is based out of North Carolina. They are expanding. There's now one in Denham Springs, Louisiana. I guess he's meaning Louisiana. My son worked it for a while, reasonable, and food is good. Yeah, see, I hadn't tried the food here. Not yet. I hadn't tried the food here or at Dario. Riley, hey, thanks for coming in. I appreciate that. Blaine's in the house. All right, I'm caught up with you guys. Hey, right quick, I didn't see, we had about 1 inch of snow here. Yeah, that's what it looked like, Fred, when I saw the campground. They done a video this morning when they first just went out. And I mean, parking lot, road, campsites, everything was just white. But it definitely didn't look deep though. Hey, right quick, I didn't see any comments. How'd the drive over here go? Did I go out any, buffer any? Scraggly lines, looking any? I'm just curious if 5G is, what it's cracked up to be. Okay, William says none that I saw, and then Amanda's talking about where there's a lot of drunk drivers this week. You're right, Amanda. And I mean, the highway patrol here's out. They're out and about, and there'll be checkpoints every day this week as far as here. And I appreciate that, William. And then James has sent the link to Highway 55 if anybody wants to see the menu and all that good stuff. Thank you, Robin, Denise, and Fred and Connie. Thank you. And Amanda says, I'm just going to watch the fireworks from a balcony. Yeah, hey, if you get lucky and get one of them spots, I don't blame you one bit. Because you can stay nice and warm. You don't have to fight the traffic. Don't have to fight the crowd. And got probably the better view. John says, gas went up today in Ohio from $2.49 to $2.99. Hey, well, mine didn't jump that much. That's a 50-cent jump right there, boys. Mine went from 275 here, or 272 to 289. So it jumped about 20 cents here. But how in the world do they justify being able to go up 50 cents at one time, and then when it does come back down, it only drops the most at a nickel at one time? Usually it's, a couple pennies, and then it's just running days. It'll go down, next day it'll go down, next day it'll go down, but it's only pennies at a time. Good Lord, it gotta be something wrong with that. Yeah, see, William's saying the same thing. Yeah, that's about right for here too, William. About 20 cents what I, depending on the gas stations. Some went up 20, some went up 22, somewhere around in there. Larry says maybe it's the staff on Highway 55 that need the link to the menu so they'll know that they have hot chocolate. Well, that's true, Larry. Hojo's in the house. Hey, Hojo. But right quick, well, see, remember when I first came, they didn't have hot chocolate. But then the girl told me that they were going to do it the month of December. Of course, December is about almost over with. So that's why I didn't know if they still would have it or not tonight. And then Hojo is saying, much love, everyone, stopping in to kick that lick button like it didn't give me a present. How are you, Jeff and chat? Hey, I'm good, buddy. How are you doing? I appreciate you coming in. And then Dry Creek's laughing at Larry. And John says, greedy oil companies, that's all there is, no reason for it. Yeah, that's right, John. And then Hojo says, like button, not lick button. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Hojo. That's a different site. Yeah, it's a wonder them sites ain't poked their heads in here yet to where y'all had to delete them. And Fred saying, hey, Amanda says they used to inflate prices globally as an excuse to scam us at the gas pump. Hey, yeah, you're right, Amanda. That darn, I don't even want to get into that because that's a long story and it's just crazy how they do gas. And I can't figure out what's made it go up unless it's where I heard on the news last week that they had that darn oil spill, but gas was still going down. So maybe it's caught up and they're going to use that as the excuse. Because I don't know of anything else that would make it be going up other than that happening. But that happened last week. Larry says, Hojo, can you send the link to that site? Dry Creek's laughing at Hojo. And then Hojo says, that's my only fans. Larry says, noted. You guys crack me up. Let's see if my hot chocolate's cooled off any. Nope, it's still hot. And it's a little weaker than what it was last time. I've noticed that now. Because I just took a sip. But that's alright though. I'll be back to get some of Miss Marie's here. Probably within, month from now. Somewhere around that time. There's still a chance I might be there this weekend, but I haven't got a phone call yet. So I don't know. But it's supposed to rain, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Even if I can go, I don't know what I'm going to do. John says, I'm sure after the holidays are over with gas will drop back down. Yeah, I don't think it's that, John, though, but that probably has a little bit to do with it. Because they didn't shoot it up right there before Christmas. When everybody was hitting the roads at one time. Scammers are everywhere like cockroaches at Five Guys. Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch out for the scammers right now, too. Fred says, having a peppermint hot chocolate now myself. Hey, where you at, Fred? Or you don't have to tell if you don't want to. Because we know where you're at. But you don't have to tell where you're at. Unless if you want to. And Hojo says, I'm good put my stock in duck eggs. He says, I am going to put my stock in duck eggs. Yeah. I've never had a duck egg. I know there's some people, that have. William says eggs are $6 a dozen here. Chickens are soon to be laying golden eggs. Yeah, hell, they already are, William. It's the way the price of eggs are now. They might as well be golden. Amanda says quack. John says it must have been a big surprise to Gas Buddy because I didn't even get an alert today about the price hike. And yeah, and I've got Gas Buddy too, but I don't know if I got the notifications turned on to it. I got enough things that ding during the day as it is. Mainly it's the star over here sitting beside me. She sets my phone off more than anything. And that's just because I got a camera on her. Larry, I don't know either. So yeah, I'm wondering if they taste like chicken eggs too. They are richer than a chicken egg, Larry. I like them a bit bigger. And a bit bigger. Okay. I bet. I wonder what duck eggs cost if you can buy them. I bet they're more then. What does Peking duck taste like? Peking duck taste like? That's a good question, Amanda. And William says, yeah, duck eggs make better cakes. Cheaper to buy the duck jet. Right. I was making sure I hadn't missed anybody. But I appreciate you guys coming in tonight. I mean, I look forward to this every week. Peking duck is at Japanese restaurants. Okay. Well, I know on the Christmas Story at that restaurant that they're at the end, that's a goose on the table there. And they chop its head off. He says it's smiling. It's smiling. Chops its darn head off. But I'm not meaning to know that ducks aren't at the Japanese restaurants also. That reminded me when you said that being at the. That's what my excuse me. That's what my brain went to was the Christmas Story where that darn goose is on the table and they chop it. They chop its head off. Good Lord, I'm getting where I can't talk. Darn. I wish this hot chocolate would cool off a little bit quicker. I'm gonna take its lid off because that holds some of the steam in. Don't lick that, Tootsie. It'll burn your tongue. Let's see. That's my kind of Christmas, Hojo's saying. Larry loves that crazy show. Yeah. I watched it. I think I watched it 2 times through Christmas Day there, Leslie. Larry says, are you sure the size of your new phone compared to the 1999 Apple phone? Are you used to the size of your new phone compared to the 1999 Apple phone? Hey, I'm getting used to it now, Larry. But it wasn't quite that old, but it was old. It's almost 10 years old. During the i5. Hey, that's funny how you mentioned it though, because I laid eyes on the iPhone number 1 and did not know that it was even made or existed. One of my relatives at Christmas Eve when I was over there at their house, he was showing me what the iPhone 1 looked like. I mean, it's just a little old thing. Good Lord. And then, of course, he still had his BlackBerry. He was showing that. Where'd the chat go? Oh, there we go. And then Amanda says, how did ducks become a topic? Well, somebody made a comment they wanted to invest in the duck eggs. And William says, put it on the roof. Yeah, talking about cooling down my hot chocolate. And then Larry says, I do indeed. And then Nojo says, sorry, Amanda, I think that was me. And then what phone did you get, Jeff? Hey, Fred, I got a iPhone 13. And Amanda says, from fish to ducks. This channel is like a box of chocolates. That's right, William. You never know what you're going to get on my channel. That's for sure. Hojo says, William, one of the people in my head says it's more like a can of planters. Dan the Mountain Man. Hey, buddy. You on break? Or you off this week or off tonight? Thanks for coming in, though, Dan. Amanda says, every time I watch, I want hot chocolate and a cup of whipped cream. Well, Tootsie got a whipped cream, that's for sure. Yes, Hojo, a variety of nuts. And then William says, that's why we're here. And then everybody saying hey to Dan. And then John says, I wonder if anybody who has a flip phone, whether if it's still working. I've still got my flip phone, the Nextels, where you had the walkie-talkie. I still got that, and I'm pretty sure it still works. But now it don't have no service on it. But I know it'll still work. I'd have to go out to the shop and get it and plug it up and see what it does. I'm on dinner break. Work is a mess tonight. Oh, I bet so, Dan. I bet so. Dry Creek says, yep, John, my dad still works. Okay. So their flip phone still works. And everybody's saying hey to Dan the Mountain Man. And he's on break right now. But I'm glad this phone's doing a lot better than the other one. That tickles me. That means I could take y'all uptown and it, have a better signal up there, hopefully, too. Or at least be able to ride around and it stay, clear instead of going in and out. TMA TV saying hey to Dan. And Dan saying hey to everybody. Dark Creek says Dad won't get rid of it. Have tried and tried and tried to get him a different one. He won't unless he absolutely has to. Well, I mean, you know how we are, Robin and Niche, with our parents and everybody else, especially grandparents, they get used to one thing. They don't want to change unless they got to. We'll all be that way one of these days, probably. I mean, I hope I ain't, but, never know, though. John says, I thought they shut down the 3G. Yeah, they did, John. They killed mine last Wednesday. I had no phone, couldn't call nobody, couldn't do nothing other than Facebook and get a hold of people that way that, that I'm friends with. Other than that, I went 2 days without a phone. I got this phone Friday night. I got it Friday night, and that's the reason I was live. Let's see, was I live? No, I was live Thursday night. That was the reason I was live Thursday night at home, because I had to be on my Wi-Fi. I couldn't be out and about like this right here because I didn't have any service. They killed it. So they forced me to upgrade. And of course, that's how they make the money go round and round. John says, one of these times you'll have to take it through the car wash like Vacation Station. I actually need to go through the car wash, but I'm not going to, or I would, because it's 29 degrees. So as soon as, because it don't completely dry this car off, but as soon as I start going down the road, it'll be froze over. and I don't want my doors getting froze shut, because that's hard on the seals and everything, as far as in the morning when I go to try to get in it. Or I would go through a car wash right now, but the temperature's too cold. My mom has a flip phone. We got her last year. Yeah, and they're making new flip phones now. I mean, the flip phone is coming back. Who is it? Galaxy or one of them? They're making the flip phone, you know, where the screen flips and everything, or I mean, the screen bends with the flip. I've seen that. Jimmy says, I'm back. Phone died. I'm on a different one. Okay. That's no problem, Jimmy. Hey, you can always catch the rerun. Because undoubtedly I hadn't lost any signal. So you'll get to see everything. And I apologize for last lives. The last live that I did. I didn't make that thing public till yesterday or something. I completely forgot. Of course, it was Christmas, but still yet, though. I should have done it that night and just didn't. All things old will be new again, my friends. Yep, you're right, Hojo. You're right. It's just like the slot car. That stuff's starting to come back a little bit. I have been getting bad service since 5G came out. Yeah, I'll know more, Dan, as the days go on and I get in places where I knew my other one would go out. I need to try this one out to see if it's better or not, but undoubtedly it's definitely better than the other one as far as from where I was at and came here, because they said I never dropped the signal. It stayed good the whole time. William says, yep, I think these phone companies control the lifespan of phones to make us have to go buy another. Yeah, that's how the dollar goes around with anything, William. I mean, nothing lasts forever. If it did, they would have let that light bulb that was invented that's still burning now. Well, you know, we'd be able to get stuff like that. But if it lasts forever, the dollar bill can't circulate. And Jimmy says, yeah, I was all messed up. I mean, it just sucks that we have to do it more often than we should have to. I get that you don't want stuff to last forever, especially if you're in business. But you want it to at least have a good length of time, you know, to feel like you get your money's worth without having to spend it again. All right, we'll go for, I'm caught up with chat. We'll go for a little ride here and see what all it does. We're going for a ride, Toots. Just going to ride around. We'll ride up through town, see how it does up through there. Well, and I can tell a big difference in traffic today. There wasn't hardly anybody out yesterday. But they're definitely, I guess most everybody's went back to work. Because there was a lot more traffic today than there was yesterday. I kind of read that comment, Dan, and that's what happened with me with the 3G. Was before they even told that they were going to kill it. My phone, I've still got it, but it don't work as far as service-wise. Works for everything else though. Um, it started acting in places that it never had before. Like I'd drop calls where I'd never had back when I first had it, and all them years, that, like you said, that just started happening a year or so ago for me. And then of course, right there, right before summertime, I get a text saying that my phone's gonna be like lose signal and service at the end of the year. Sure enough, buddy, they killed it. So I didn't go with the latest, greatest, newest thing, but I went with the 13 though. So hopefully I can get another 10 years out of this one. But I'm kind of glad though, because I needed a phone. That phone that I had, the i5, that battery, I wouldn't be talking to y'all right now. And of course, a lot of y'all already know that because I had a full charge when I was at Anakeesta, and what it lasts 10 minutes of getting to talk to y'all, and it died. And then of course it took me 2.5 hours to get out of that place because that storm came, and I went back live to tell y'all that fiasco. I hadn't seen it buffer, and it usually buffers through here with my other one. How's everything still looking? I'm going through my little old hometown now. Y'all can probably see it better too, I guess, with this new phone. That'll never happen with that phone, Jeff. Yeah. You're right, Jimmy. And Leslie's saying, or John Esper's saying something, but okay, Fred's saying it's clear. James says great signal. I appreciate that, guys. I'm trying to read y'all's chats as I'm driving, but I'm going to drive more versus reading. And Jimmy's saying something about a company he's working for. I'll get caught up here in a minute. I want to ride up through here, and that's our post office to the left to the right. And the fire department was on the left there. They still got the Christmas lights up here. So we'll ride. All of our hard-earned tax dollars footing the bill for all this decoration stuff. There ain't nobody behind me, so I'll go real slow. Hang on, I'm going to look at y'all because I got to make sure I don't run no red light. There's the big present box as far as that part. And there's the expensive sleigh. I don't have anybody. I do have a car behind me now. Let's see, I'm going to turn right here. William said he's drinking a banana smoothie. His honey just made him. That sounds good too. Next summer, I'm going to get me a darn banana shake. It's been forever since I've had a banana shake. Oh, thank you, Angie. There's some more Christmas trees. That round thing that you're seeing there, I don't know how good you can make it out. We're known for art now. We used to be the furniture capital of the world. but now we're known for art. And that big circle thing you're seeing, if y'all can see it or not, I'll tell you a quick story on it. That thing was buried in the ground. And I want to try to make sure I tell this right. I think it was buried either 3 years or 5 years. But it was, there's so many years though that it was buried in the ground. What you're seeing, just like that. They dug it out. Oh, I'm going to have to move. All right. I'll pull over in this parking lot and I'll tell y'all the story on that. And I need to probably come up here and do a video on it. We'll sit right here for a minute. So anyhow, there was this guy that buried that in the ground. It's made of mud. That's all it is, dirt and mud. That thing was dirt and mud. Buried it in the ground for, I think, 3 to 5 years, something like that. Don't quote me on that. I'll have to go back, do the research on it, because that's been a good while ago. Because I watched it live. They had a webcam where they live streamed it when it was getting dug out. Of course, I came up here and watched it in person. Lifted the thing up with a crane, and it's been standing ever since. But it's a saw blade. You know, where we used to be known as the furniture capital of the world, it's actually a saw blade. But we got a lot of, you know, made fun of comments about it and crazy talk about it. But now you don't hear anybody talking bad about it anymore, because now we're known more for the art versus the furniture now. So let me get, so that's the story on that thing. And like I said, I need to maybe do a video where y'all can see it during the daytime. Okay, there's where Angie said very nice lights. I mean, because Leslie says, I wear some jeans with holes. I like them. Show off my tan while I'm sitting, keeping my legs warm. Leslie. Jimmy says, Jeff and Tootsie, the company I work for has always had iPhones, and I get anywhere from 150 to 200 calls a day, and I can get one to barely last 2 years. Well, hey, Jimmy, I had the i5, and I had it dang near 10 years. I had it 8 years. Every bit 8 years, almost 9. And still got it, just can't call or text nobody on it or anything like that. And then there's where he's drinking the banana smoothie. Okay, James, that circle thing, Jeff, I just thought you found the Stargate. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. Dan says, I took a picture of that ring. Yeah, that thing. Yeah. A lot of us do, Leslie. Fred Connie. And then Fred Connie saying, that's what I was thinking, James. And Kentucky, hey, Kentucky Leisure, you snuck in here on me. It looks like a portal to another universe. Yeah, it does. I mean, if I hadn't told y'all a saw blade, y'all would have probably had the same kind of comments like we was getting when it first happened. Because not many people knew it was a saw blade. I knew it because of what our town used to be. You'll have to get us a daytime. Yeah, I will, William. I will. Our iPhone's 4G or 5G. Mine's both, John. I think mine's 4 and 5. It'll do 4G, but if 5's available, it shoots over to 5. And Dry Creek's laughing at Leslie, and Leslie's laughing at Robin and Denise. William, we had Brohill, Bernhardt, Thomasville, Henry Don. Well, Henry Don was the name of the plant. That was still Brohill. Let's see, we had Leather Miracles. We had Ashley's Furniture at one time, which is a spin-off, you know, same crowd, just making that name. But we had all we had them all. Anything that was furniture, it was here. It was here. And Bernhardt's the only one left. Bernhardt Furniture, that's the only one that's left. and that's because it's still a family business. When the rest of them decided to sell out to companies, and the company says, boys, we're going to send them over to China, Guatemala, Mexico, wherever. And it just, we lost a lot of business when the furniture industry got hit by that dadgum free trade agreement. And if YouTube shuts me down for saying that, oh well. That's just how I feel about it. Kind of really don't want to talk about it because it pisses me off, because I'm just reliving memories. Let me get caught up with you guys. Leslie says, I'm going to text you something, Jeff. I know you can't look at it, but if I don't send it now, I'll forget. Yeah, go ahead, Leslie. I don't know if I got it yet or not. I should get it. It ought to drop down, and it could have, and I might have not been looking when I was talking. But you can send it again if you want to, Leslie. Dan says, I have to head back to work. I'll see you guys. Hey, Dan, thanks for coming in, buddy. Don't work too hard. Okay, yeah, I got your text, Leslie. Let's see. Kentucky Leisure saying hey to everybody, and then everybody saying have a good night, Dan. Yeah, Leather Miracles is the name of it, Hojo. They're in Hickory now, so they're still up and running. They're in Hickory, but they used to be here though too. Life of Mount Folk, at least that's what they told you, Jeff. But is it really a saw blade? Well, that's what I've been told, and I got a pretty good reliable source that told me that. Like I said, if I can show it to you in the daytime and sort of point out certain features on it, then you'll see it. You just couldn't see it tonight because of the way I was facing, and of course it's dark. Larry says he'll send you the link, Hojo. Yeah, that's right. They've got where you can look it up if you want to, guys. It'll tell you how long it's buried, and when they dug it up. It's been a while back. During this live, I've seen a bright white flash to your right, and then we've seen something walking around toward your vehicle. You better get and protect Tootsie. James. Snakey. Hey, Snakey Holler family. Hey, thanks for coming in. William says, kind of like North Alabama being known for all the mobile home manufacturers. Yeah, that's right, William. And then everybody's saying, hey, and Larry's laughing. Let me go. But yeah, Leslie, I'll, and if I remember, I'll text you back. Because undoubtedly, I didn't see it or whatever. Snakey says, jumped on to say hi. I got to get back to work. Okay, Snakey. Hey, don't work too hard. I appreciate you coming in. Thanks a lot. And Angie's saying, hey. All right, we'll keep riding, though. I was pulling over to tell that story right quick about the saw blade. Now, I'm not big into art. Malfunction. Wait a minute. Let me get you back. All right, we're back. We're back. Lord, y'all probably thought I had a wreck. But yeah, we were known for the furniture capital, but not anymore. But that's what I was going to say. I'm not big into the art stuff. I don't know that I'll ever be. But I mean, I'll look at it. But I'm just not. I don't ooh and ah over art. Yeah, that was the fiasco, Gary. You're right. We had our fiasco. Now I've got to do some rearranging and figuring something out. But I know y'all don't know what I'm talking about, but that's all right. That's just because I hadn't told anybody. We'll go back down here and we'll go the other way. Go where Walmart is, and go that way. And then when we get to Walmart, then I'll probably tell all you guys good night and stuff like that. Get caught up with the chat. I mean, I usually try to stay on for at least an hour for sure. But, you know, anywhere hour and a half, 2 hours. You know, I would stay on longer, but there's really not much to talk about or show you at the moment. And I don't have any good stories to tell. None that I could think of, at least. Other than if I had that camping sign with me, I could show y'all that. I mean, it's nothing dirty, nothing funny. It just, what it's got wrote on it fits me to a T as far as at the moment where I'm at in my life. And of course, that's why they got it for me. Or at least that's what Chuck told me. He says, I saw that and thought of you, and he says, I got to get it. And he gave it to me at Christmas. Over to the car wash to the right. And of course, there's McDonald's. And then we got Dario to the left. Old Derriere. Dario. There is one thing that I haven't shown y'all, but I know I can't show you now because y'all wouldn't be able to see it. If I'd have went straight, I could have showed you. Yeah, here's a good old restaurant row, fast food, drive-through highway. That's all it is. Nothing but fast food after fast food. Lord, that one's flying. I'll get up here to Walmart and then I'll catch up with chat, you guys. Just let y'all look at the lights and the buildings. I'm kind of tickled with the phone though, because like I said, I hadn't seen it buffer. I mean, I even rode up through town where the other one was buffering. Now wait a minute now, boys. She's still $2.72 here at Walmart. I probably need to get gas, because that other station I saw where they shot up to $2.89. I might need to get gas, because it's still $2.72 here at Murphy's. I'll do that after I get off with you guys, because I still got gas, but I need to get gas, so I might as well do it while it's cheaper. Pull over here and we'll see if anything goes on. Of course, there's nobody at the gas station. not many people here at Walmart either. But we'll get caught up with you guys. Gotten a little warm drinking that hot chocolate. Let's see. Let me get back to where I knew I was at. Okay, there's where Fred was asking, and then Larry sent the link to Hojo. James says, during this live, if we see a bright white flash thing right and see, oh yeah, we gotta protect the star. You're right about that, James. And then Snakey saying, hey, and William says, kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah, I've already read that. Snakey says, jumped on, okay, yeah. Leslie says, no big deal. And Gary's talking about Fiasco where the phone fell. And Dry Creek says, we've done that. Yeah. Oh, I've done it too. That wasn't my first time. William says, Birmingham being known as Smoke City for all the steel mills that were there at one time. Okay. I don't know if I knew that or not, William, but I do now, thanks to you. John says, that's why I will never buy a Nike shoe. Yeah, hey, because Jeff talks about that too. So I can understand, John. And then Fred says, or worse, James. Lady says, I'd be on that restaurant row every day if I lived near you. Yeah, as many drive-thrus as y'all go to, you probably going through every one of them, Leslie. Virginia says, the Italian chicken sandwich at Wendy's is good, Jeff. Okay, might have to try that. Because I go to Wendy's. I actually went to Wendy's yesterday. Fred says, we filled up at Kroger for $2.69 in Pigeon Forge before our discount. Cool. Yeah, now, one time, Fred, up there at my honey hole, up there in Sevierville, I saw where it was down to $2.54. Now, I don't know if it's still $2.54 or not, but I saw it for that price here a week or so ago. And Virginia says it's $3.25 in Pennsylvania. That's still too much, too, Virginia. I mean, you ought to be paying like what we're paying. At least $2.70, something like that. I mean, I just think they're ripping us off, and us out here trying to work hard for our money. That's the part that just, and then they use that darned excuse when it goes up right there before summertime. Oh, we got to switch over to the summer blend. Damn, boys, gas is gas. I don't know where they're making it different for winter versus summer. Now, if y'all know, go ahead and enlighten me on that, because I don't, and don't know that I'll believe it. Damn, gas is gas. I don't know how. I mean, I know you can make it different strengths, but what the hell are you having to do to change it from a winter to a summer, or summer back to the winter? That's just an excuse in my mind. Just a way to get more money. Because people travel more. And I mean, ain't fooling me. John says, Life of Mountain Folk, are you talking about the Kroger off of 321? They probably are, John. Kentucky, she's right here beside me, Kentucky. I'll flip it around here in a minute. Fred says, no, off of Wares Valley Road near the Big Cross. Okay. So you're at that one up there near where I stay then, Fred. My campground's just down the road from it. John says, your signal's been great the whole time. No problem. Hey, John, I appreciate that. Thank you, John. Well, I'm glad, because like I said, this is the first time I've used it since I got it Friday. I wanted to see how it do. And that's what I said, like I said, on Joshy and Stacy's live tonight, this afternoon. I said, I can't wait to try out the phone, see how it does. Virginia's agreeing with me. And that's what I like about you guys. Because we're pretty much all like-minded. I know we don't agree on everything, and there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody thinks the same. I even know that. But I have met quite a few, and it's pretty much y'all and others that, you know, pretty much think the same way I think. And I know that's how we're able to communicate with each other and why we enjoy talking to each other. You know, and we can say what we think and feel, and nobody gets mad and upset and bent out of shape. Leslie says it has done an excellent job. I appreciate that, Leslie. I mean, it ought to, for what it costs. I always fill up at the coolest part of the day to get the bang for your buck. Heat causes the gas to expand, and you aren't getting what you pay for. At least that's what I've heard. Now, I will agree to that, William, and that might be what they call the summer blend, or where they're doing something to where it won't expand. But I just don't see how that could happen though, because I mean, just in my mind though, I mean, gas is gas. You either got to make it the 87, the 89, or the 93, and I know how 89's made. 89 is not a separate tank. I don't care what anybody tells you. You got two tanks in the ground. One holds the 93, the other holds the 87, unless if you find a place that has 85. That'll be a separate tank also. But the 89, all that is 87 and 93 getting blended together when that gets pumped. That's all that is. And then All Train came in. Hey, guys. I appreciate you coming in. Fred says, I don't know if it is the 5G that is better, as I'm on 4G on Android. Yeah, Fred, whenever you took your drives and stuff, I mean, it was good and clear on my end, and I don't know if Jeff's on 5G or not, but I know when nobody's in town, his with Vacation Station TV, he's got a good clear picture. Or at least, you know, all you guys has got a good clear picture that I've been watching on my computer that go live. I just knew mine. I didn't know how this one was going to be, because I knew my old phone. I knew it didn't do good. But now, whether if it's 5G's better than 4G, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, because I was on 3G. John says, I have an Android phone, and it's 5G phone and 5G so much faster than 4G. Yeah, I knew that difference, that 5G's faster than 4G, but as far as the clarity wise or anything like that, I don't know on that or not. William says, I think it's all the same, and it's up to us to know better. That's right, William. I mean, it might be, but I know, like, your higher numbers have got more octane. And I get that, and I can understand that part. But I don't know how you can make 100 octane, 100 octane different from summer and winter. I mean, if you're making 100 octane is 100 octane. I don't know how you can change it any. And it stay 100 octane. Fred says, mine is 4 years old. So yours is getting on up there, Fred. And try to hold on to it at least till 8. By the time you hit 8-year-old with it, they'll force you to upgrade. That's what they did to me. Kentucky Leisure says, well, you know that what the conspiracy theorists say about 5G, right? Yeah, well, I don't know if I've heard any of that, Kentucky, if you want to know the honest truth. William says, but it does really. But does it really? Yeah. And John says, that doesn't make any sense to me either, changing from winter to summer blend. Yeah, it don't me either. I think they just say that just so they can raise the prices. But what it is, it's because they know more people's going to drive come June, July, and August, because they're going on trips. And if you pay attention right there before the 4th of July, every year they'll shoot that sucker up. They'll shoot that sucker up. Now here's the flip side to that though. When we had election this year, that's the first time that I've seen gas go up instead of down. Usually right before you vote, they'll send that gas down pretty good ways, but they didn't this year. It went up. It actually went up the day before and the day of the election. Now that was a first, or at least it did here in my town. I don't know if it done that everywhere, but it did in my town. John says, don't you remember how cheap gas was during the COVID when nobody was going anywhere? Yeah, and seeing John, and that's the other thing. See, I also know too why it was cheap then. I know Donald Trump was in the office, but I know why gas got cheap then, because nobody was driving, so nobody's using it, so they wasn't selling it, and the darn backlog barrels got backed up, so they had to start giving it away. And then, of course, when everybody started driving again, that's what made the price go back up. I understand that part. I get that part. But why sit there and say, oh, we're switching to the summer blend, got to shoot her up 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. That's horse junkie. Yeah, William says, gas goes down a little in the winter because of the amount of propane being sold in the winter, vice versa in the summer. Yeah. That's a possibility too. I didn't think of it that way. And Fresh says, I don't get updates anymore. That's how they force you to upgrade. And they don't give deals on upgrades. Yeah, they've done away with where you can upgrade for free. They've done away with that. You're right about that, Fred. John says, the only way you can get any deals on cell phones is if you change carriers. That's right. That's right. And really, I'll be honest with you, John, I shopped around. Hell, there ain't no deals out there, really. I mean, even if you go, you know, like Spectrum, I could have went with Spectrum and got a phone that wasn't going to cost me, and it was only going to be like $30 a month, tax and all, $29.99. That was tax and everything, unlimited, whatever. But undoubtedly, Spectrum don't have good service, and done research on it. And so I stuck with Horizon, and y'all said it done good tonight, so I guess Horizon it is. Because that's who I'm still with. William says, yes, Trump was in office. Truckers were about the only thing on the road at the time. And diesel is AB, yeah. Yeah, that's why diesel never did really go down much, you know, because like you said, the truckers, I mean, that was because they were classified as the, because my company fell under the same category. What's the word I'm looking for? Where you could be open because you were, you had to be in a certain classification to be open at the time when all that first happened. When they shut everything down. Trying to think of the darn word and I can't. Somebody help me out if they know what I'm talking about. Virginia says, no, they didn't. No, they don't, Fred. I had a big argument with Verizon about hubby's flip phone and canceled his service. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I'm not saying Verizon's the best either. Oh, they're a pain in the butt. They are a pain in the butt. Because I like I said, I went to Spectrum, I went to AT&T, I went to Boost, I went to T-Mobile. I talked to them all. Diesel is a byproduct. Why does it cost so much to raise the price of groceries? Yeah, I don't understand that either, William. I thought the same thing. Kentucky Leisure, do you all remember when diesel was cheaper than gas? Yeah, I do, Kentucky. I do. I sure do. And I remember when I first started driving, I could get gas for 85 cents a gallon. Won't see them days anymore. Almost did when COVID hit. What'd it get down to? $1? I think I saw $1.25 was the lowest I seen here. Back when nobody was on the roads. John says, whenever I've been in Pigeon Forge, it's all 4G. I cannot get a 5G signal anywhere around there. Yeah, because they probably hadn't activated the 5G towers yet either in Pigeon Forge, but I know that'll happen eventually. And then Virginia says, sure do, Kentucky. And William says, cause the cost of transporting freight to go up and makes your mac and cheese $4 a box. That's right. Well, not only that, when they and I need to hush because I'm getting in the mess that don't want to stir the pot, but you know, Jeff on Vacation Station TV says it too, boys. I mean, everybody wanted that $15 an hour raise. Well, what's that $15 an hour getting you now? Because you're no better off than what you was at $7 an hour. I mean, when one thing goes up, the next thing's gonna go up. I mean, that's just how my mind works. Well, I'm sure some of y'all are probably thinking the same thing. I mean, you can sit there and make $20, $25 an hour, but if you're having to pay $10 and $12 and $20 for a loaf of bread and stuff that you're having to get all the time, you ain't no better off you was when you was making $2 an hour. And it's all, anyhow, I'm just gonna hush. Yeah, unemployment line. Yeah. Diesel went down during the housing crisis when gas prices went up at the same time back in 07. Yeah, I'd forgot about that, Kentucky. And Virginia says, I still have Verizon for my service. And John says, they're all saying that 5G signals causes cancer. Yeah, I've heard that, John. I'd forgot about that. I did hear that. When he was talking about the conspiracy theories. I mean, I've always heard that these type of cell phones, when they come out with the iPhones and the Androids, that it wasn't good for you even then. Even when they come out with just the cell phone in general, that when you started having to hold it up to your ear and it, running off, not one of the bag phones, but just a regular like flip phone, back whatever they came out with way back in the day, that holding up to your ear was doing stuff to your brain and all that good stuff. I'm getting cold now. That's right, John Houston, that we're going nuts when it started here. Houston was going nuts when it started here. Yeah. Well, and I also heard it affected the plane signals right there when they first announced the 5G stuff and doing the towers. Now you sound like my hubby, Virginia. So I'm ranting like your husband. Well, hey, great minds think alike. But yeah, I did see on the news though, or hear it on the news, where the 5G was supposedly going to mess with planes. But I guess they got that worked out or figured out, because I hadn't heard no more on that. I've told my daughter and son-in-law to move because they now have 5G tower within 200 yards of their home. And I don't blame you. I mean, it's better to be safe than sorry. Luke says, yep, everything gives you cancer nowadays. The sweetener and the preservatives in our foods and drinks, cell phones, microwaves, coating on nonstick pans. We don't have a chance. Right. You're right, Leslie. Yeah. I'm at the point even where day by day, boys. Day by day, and I thank the Lord for each and every day, because none of us never know. I just take it day by day now. I mean, y'all plan stuff ahead of time. Other than that, though, that's pretty much day by day. I'm going to enjoy it each and every day. Amen's right, William. Amen. John says, you got to watch Spectrum. Runs off of... Right. I knew they run off Verizon. You have to... Yeah. Right. You're right, John. That's the reason I didn't go with them. And then Virginia says, you said it, Harvey 5. And Leslie says, I just roll with the punches and do the best I can. That's me. Yeah, I know it. Don't forget about the electric vehicles, Leslie. We're gonna, if we all live long enough, it won't surprise me if we ain't drive an electric vehicle down the road. But I just, I don't see how. You know, well, think about this storm that just hit right quick. You know, everybody, even Pigeon Forge was dealing with it or having to go through it. And it never happened at my house, but I know it was happening here in Lenore, where they was doing rolling blackouts on everybody in the country, or as far as that was getting hit with this cold weather. They were doing rolling blackouts. So, I mean, if you got electric car plugged up, I'm sure it ain't good to kill the power and then to turn the power right back on if you're having to charge it at that time. You know, so there you go. John says Verizon is way too expensive for me. I go through Cricket, which runs off A&T towers. Right. And see, I didn't have a Cricket here, so I couldn't check with Cricket. And then John says they were essentials. And that's right. Dry Creek saying, yep. And then William says, all right, y'all have enjoyed it. Time to go to bed. Have a blessed night. And if I don't catch you, Happy New Year. Yeah, William, Happy New Year. I'll try to come back on by the weekend, because I definitely want to tell all you guys Happy New Year and stuff. Kentucky Leisure says, Life of Mountain Folk, how are we supposed to charge our electric cars when we don't have the electricity to keep our air conditioning? Yeah, that's what Kentucky Leisure just wrote out what I was talking about. But yeah, I mean, I've been on here hour and a half or better. I appreciate you guys hanging with me and chatting. Let me flip this around. Let me cut some lights on. All right, come here, Toots. We're going to say goodnight to everybody. Come on. I know, you're sleeping. I know, come here. Come here. Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart. Sit up here. There you go. Sit right here and look. See it. Look right up here. Tell everybody good night. I need to turn this down a little bit. Y'all can see her better. But we appreciate everybody coming in. They had to do rolling blackouts because of power surges when the power, right. Yeah, no, I knew why they was having to do the rolling blackouts, because everybody's hitting the power all at one time and trying to save, you know, to where transformers wouldn't blow and things of that nature. But I'm glad that it didn't happen at our house, because I know it's hard on appliances when they're cutting it on and off, because you got to remember what to unplug, because there's certain things that can't take the surges. Well, your AC units for one, and hot water heater's not good for it. I mean, but anyhow, and I have the end of January and nobody still wants to work. Yeah, right. Oh, okay. He retracted that. Something about end of January. But anyhow, let's see. Kentucky says, yes, William, everyone hit the like button before they go. Yay! I appreciate that. Y'all hit it. Hit the thumbs down, thumbs up, thumbs sideways. It don't matter to me. I mean, y'all don't have to. Like I say, nobody's ever late coming in. But anyhow, yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in, though, and chatting. Had a good time tonight. I did. I hope y'all did, too. I guess me and Tootsie will call it a night. I might try to come back on Thursday. Maybe Friday if Jeff doesn't. He talked like he might. But he said Sunday. More than likely Sunday for sure, because they're trying to get back on the Sunday night chats. But I'll definitely try to at least come on, at least to where I can tell everybody Happy New Year's and all that good stuff. So we'll see you here in a few days. I appreciate everybody coming in, and love you all, and we'll see you next time. Good night, guys. I'll talk to you here in a little bit, Leslie. Thanks again.